I have not been reading. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're still here, I really deeply appreciate you. If you're new here, welcome to a little bit of a different video. This is gonna be, I think, just like kind of vloggy style. I feel like I haven't been here in a while to begin with, but I also just haven't sat down and talked about anything. You're asking if I want a Dunkin' order. Do I? Probably. But I also just haven't sat down and really talked about anything. I've just been kind of MIA, and I do apologize for that. And I think the honest answer is I have not been reading the way that I used to. I have been, I think, in the biggest reading slump that I have ever had in my entire life, and I feel like it's like at least 6 months, close to pushing a year. I think the last video that at the time of recording this that I uploaded was in Christmas, and there was a big break between my last video and that Christmas video, and that was just a vlog. It wasn't anything book related. I just have not had a lot of time to be reading the way that I have been. I am extremely blessed and extremely lucky to be almost 26 years old and have all 4 of my grandparents alive. They are all pushing 90. As blessed as I am to have that, I'm not trying to be morbid, but I'm also aware that they aren't going to be here forever, and we've had a lot of unfortunate changes in health with that, so I feel like this past year has been a lot of my free time energy going towards my family, and I don't regret that. I will never regret doing something with my family than anything else, genuinely. I am extremely lucky to have my family, and I'm well aware of that. And I think that's kind of been where the slump has come from. I feel like I'm using a lot of emotional energy in a lot of other places in my life that I just hadn't before. So I feel like on days when I'm not even necessarily doing family related things, I don't have the mental capacity to read. I'm finding that audiobooks have been helping me a lot, just not having to have the use of brain power to physically read. Okay. Come here, Bubba. Not having to use the physical brain power to read has helped me out a lot, but it's still something that I enjoy doing, and I want to get back to where I was. And it's a thing of, I think everybody struggles with sometime, of making time for yourself. I have to be honest and also say that I am still making excuses sometimes, because will I work and days that I'm not doing family stuff, come home and just play Sims for 6 hours or scroll on TikTok and doom scroll for forever? I think we've all been victim to that. So I think I just also need to get better habits and break out of this cycle of just coming home and doom scrolling to relax. That brings us to this video. I think that ultra motorcycle. I think that I need to help myself fall in love with reading again, and I think that that's going to try and be the gist of this video. I have no idea how long this is going to take to film, when it'll come out. I'm hoping in the best world that I've already put out videos before this comes out and you can get some behind the scenes of it, but I want to just bring you guys along with me as I just try and find my passion for reading again. I don't really know. There might be a little bit of a reading vlog. I do think I have planned, I want to redecorate my Kindle. It's in the other room, but right now, never really use my Kindle. I haven't been drawn to it, and as weird as this sounds, I really think that like redecorating it is going to help. Right now, I just have it in like a plain purple case with like a screenshot thing on it. I want to redecorate it because I see people making aesthetic Kindle videos all the time. And so I think in an effort to reignite my creative passion, be creative with books. So I think I'm going to at least do some Kindle redecorating. I'm sure there's going to be some reading vlogs, maybe some, hopefully, behind the scenes of reading other videos. I am planning to go book shopping in the next couple weeks. If that doesn't become a separate video, it might be included in here, a little bit of both. But yeah, I just want to bring you guys along with me on some reading stuff. I am currently about to start A Fate Inked in Blood. That has been recommended to me a lot. I have that physical, and then I also have an audiobook, so I can go back and forth between the two of those, but I'm going to start that, and we're going to do some Kindle decorating for sure. I'll check back in with you guys, hopefully soon, with some better feelings towards reading. But I will see you later, and I love you. And I apologize for being gone MIA no explanation for as long as I have. Thank you for still being here if you are, genuinely. And I'll see you in a little bit. So the one that I'm looking at is from Etsy. I will link the shop down below if you want to look at it yourself, but it is the shop Paperback Honey. I am getting this insert. It's Fourth Wing Throne of Glass. But she's got a bunch of different ones. So far, she's been my favorite of like Kindle inserts. You get a digital download and then you print it on your printer. So I'll get that printed out and cut, and then we will redecorate my Kindle. The next day, where did I put it? I got my Kindle all out and I like cleaned it off with like alcohol wipes and stuff. But we have clear case and then a little pop socket. It's like a purple flower. I have to unbox it still. I did kind of like mark this up on the back a little bit just because it was like slightly too big. But I was able to cut it down to size a little better to fit in here. And I do, like, I can still cut it down smaller than what I have it, but I like how it is where if I leave it like this, like the pattern like curls up across the top and the sides too. So even from the side you can see the design, and I honestly really like that. So I'm gonna still leave it overhung that little bit. Addie, I don't need you to help me with the camera, Bubba. I appreciate it though. There. So now we got this baby on there. I think it's really cute. And then we have pop socket. I think it worked out pretty good because I'll probably want it maybe like in between here and this little tab, which is nice so it won't cover up fully like the you will not yield thing. I got a purple one because my favorite color is purple. I maybe should have gotten a pink one. But I think the little pop of purple is like a nice change though. So before I stick it down, where do I think I want it? Probably not going to be dead center for me. I'm thinking if I'm holding it, it's going to be like off to this side a little bit more. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, now we have newly decorated Kindle. So pretty, so cute. I like it. I was thinking about too getting a little like charm thing for it. Because a lot of them, they have like the charms that go when you plug them in, but I kind of like the idea of just having like one stuck to the side, but I don't know if I want to make one or order one, because like, hey, I obviously love supporting small businesses on Etsy, but I also am a crafty bitch, and I can 100% make myself my own charm. I wish I was like posting this more recently and I could ask you guys if I should make one, but I don't know. We might have an upcoming me going to Michael's and picking out things for a Kindle charm, but for now, this is where we are, and I really like it. And update, A Fate Inked in Blood. I listened to a lot of it on audiobook today, and I am almost done. I am on chapter 34, almost done with it. We're on page 397, 414, so we are almost done. I'm liking it. I'm not obsessed with it, but I definitely like it. I think right now this is like a solid 4-star. I like it. It's definitely one that I think keeps me more entertained when I'm listening to it on audiobook than I am when I sit down and physically read it. Yeah, we might do that tonight. I have some crafty things I might want to do and maybe finish out an audiobook, but we'll see. I will see you guys when I finish this or when I feel the need to update you between my 2 new things. I'm really glad that I did this. I think this is gonna like genuinely make me want to use this more, and that is the point. So, I spent my money wisely in my opinion. I stopped recording and then immediately had to start recording this. My partner is reading Throne of Glass for the first time, and he is Assassin's Blade. And I don't want to spoil it, but he's at the last section of Assassin's Blade where a big character dies, and he is reacting to that moment, and yeah. I'm living vicariously through him. If he's around and has any comments that he feels like sharing with you, I will let him know he's welcome to. What coffee is to some people is what Dr. Pepper is to me. We love Dr. Pepper in this house. I think, FMC that, like, pisses me off. I like the book, but she is a character that I'm like, can we make one rational decision, please? She kind of annoys me sometimes. We have finished A Fate Inked in Blood. I think this is a solid 4-star. It's a duology. The second book, like, just came out, so I will probably pick that up in the next couple days. So it is a thing where it's like the last 20 pages really amp up, but it's leading into a second book, so why wouldn't it? But I definitely like to keep reading it. It's a Viking romantasy if you haven't read it yet. I do highly recommend it. I only read, like, the first chapter, but I did start Shield of Sparrows, so this is probably a good opportunity to hang out with the newly decorated Kindle and read Shield of Sparrows in the meantime. I was just thinking, since it has been a hot minute and I have been MIA, and I'm in this whole trying to break my slump, just anything related about reading, I feel like I should give you a TBR, a physical TBR update. It's actually not too bad. For as much as I've been complaining about not reading, it's fairly empty. But there are still books that have been on here since I started this channel, like 3 years ago. Top shelf, I have The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I think this is contemporary fiction. I'm thinking, are they like ice skaters, I think? I've heard good things about it. Obviously haven't read it yet. I have a really pretty edition of Bloodguard by CC Robson. Very pretty. I love the edges, and it's got cool cover art. It's like a gladiator. I think it's romantasy, but if it's not, it's still gladiator, which I think is really unique. A Fate Inked in Blood that we just finished was Viking, but this is like gladiator, so like, I'm definitely interested in it. I just haven't gotten around to it. We have The Ornithologist's Guide to Love. It just kind of looked interesting. Don't really have that many opinions about it. Every Sweet Thing is Bitter by Samantha Crewson. I believe this is a thriller, which I have not read that many thrillers this year. That's probably my least read genre year. And I mean, thriller is never my most read, but this is, I think, the least that I've read thriller so far in the year. I have The Conditions of Will by Jess Hastings. This is definitely up on my list of, like, I would like to read it really soon. I've read the first 2 Magnolia Parks. I have not finished the Magnolia Parks universe, but for some reason this is seeming to interest me more than Magnolia Parks. I think probably sometime in this video we will start this book, and I'm very excited to. And the audiobook on Spotify, I think, comes out tomorrow too, so that's also an audiobook option, which is nice. Then we have my second shelf. I have None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. We have Beautiful World, What Are You by Sally Rooney. That's one of the OGs of this channel, along with Fable by Adrienne Young. That's been here forever. Ace of Spades has been here forever. It's the word that YouTube doesn't like, unaliving notes. Beautiful Girls is still on there. I still have Some Kind of Perfect, the, like, ending book to that whole series. Still haven't read it. It's been sitting there for a hot minute. Another Sally Rooney, I have Conversations with Friends that's been here for a while. We have Uprooted by Naomi Novik. We have Scythe. I recently picked up 1984 by George Orwell. I have a big shelf in my living room of a bunch of banned books, which those are all unread. But I don't necessarily consider my banned books, like, on my physical TBR. There are things that, like I do need to read them. I've probably read maybe 20% of the ones that are up there. If they're on, like, I think I need to read it now, they kind of move off of there onto here. It's kind of a rotating list, but I don't really count them, which is a cheating, maybe. Do I care? Not really. Then we have The Book of Doors. I got this on Indie Bookstore Day. I don't really know anything about it, but there was a girl in there that was, like, really excited about it, and she kind of convinced me to buy it, having known nothing about it. So this is a book that I'm definitely going in blind. Only When It's Us by Chloe Leslie. But I simply bought this because the man on the cover has a hearing aid, and if you know anything about me, I love books with deaf representation, but I obviously haven't read it. Bottom shelf, I have a lot of the things that I just got on Indie Bookstore Day. I am reading through the Harry Potter series. I have never read Harry Potter before, and I am on book 6. I am on Half-Blood Prince, so that is next up in my Harry Potter rotation. I did thrift all of these. I did not buy new Harry Potters because fuck J.K. Rowling. She's an awful, terrible person that does not deserve more of my money. The rest of them are, like, up on my bookshelf. being stored, but we're on book 6 of Harry Potter. But then I have a bunch of stuff that I got from Indie Bookstore Day, which I was gonna vlog, but I ended up being so busy that I didn't. My battery died. Not really sure where it cut off, so hopefully it makes sense. But things I got at Indie Bookstore Day along with Book of Doors. I got an ARC copy of Where the Rivers Merge by Mary Alice Monroe. My indie bookstore was doing free ARCs if you spent like so much money. Gonna be honest, seems kind of like a mom grandma book. Don't really know anything about it, but it's an ARC, so I probably still will read it. It's just not like high up on my peaked interest. Other 3 books that I got Indie Bookstore Day, I got a signed copy of Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. This I will probably also kind of half read through audiobook. Oh, that's so cute. I haven't looked underneath the book yet, and it just says this book will make you happy, which is what we're going for. Is this a sign? This whole video is trying to like be happy with books again. Is this a sign from the book gods? Do we need to read this next? For the sake of the plot, I fear this might be shot up in rotation simply for this book will make you happy. But Olivia Blake is kind of a hit or miss for me. I like her writing, but it takes a lot of focus for me sometimes. She's an author that I definitely do better with audiobook. I am dyslexic, so for me to sit down and focus on reading, like physically sometimes, is a little too much for my brain to do. Like, I'll just find myself skimming the words but not actually retaining anything that they're saying. So there's certain authors and books that I feel like I do better with on audiobook, and I think this might be one, but I am excited. And with it saying it's going to make me happy, I think it might, for the plot, be shut up a little higher. I then got Indie Bookstore Day Where the Dark Still Stands by A.B. Poranek. Looks just like a cute little fantasy read that I'm excited about. It's giving Cruel Prince energy from just the people on the cupboard. On the cupboard. From the people on the cover, it's giving Cruel Prince energy. I'm excited for this. And then Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This was all over my TikTok For You page, but I don't actually know much about it, but it looks very interesting, so I got that. Other than finishing the Harry Potter series, the only other things we have left on my physical TBR is this cute copy of The Courting of Bristol Keats. This is Romantasy, and it's purple and so pretty. One of the only other thrillers on my shelf is The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I love Holly Jackson. I have read most of her books, so I do have hope for it. We have Hera by Jennifer Saint, which is giving Greek energy, so I'm assuming that it's going to be Greek mythology influence, which I don't know my Greek mythology lore, but it's still something that I like enjoy reading and stuff. And then we have One Star Romance by Laura Hankin, which is just obviously a cute little romance book. But as of right now, that is everything on my physical TBR. So it's not too bad. I am probably next week going to be getting a lot more because there's some books that are coming out that I want. And my partner is going to be taking me book shopping, so this video will probably still be recording by then. I might make a separate book haul for it. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens, but regardless, you'll see everything that I get from that at some point. But this is my current physical TBR situation, and we are chugging along at it, but there are still things that have been on here for years. So, are we doing great? I don't know. You tell me, I guess. You guys, I fear we have already switched tracks. I am out here making dinner. I read, like, the first chapter of Sheila Sparrows, and I am going to read that book for whatever reason. I'm such a mood reader, and that's what half my problem is. I immediately was like, I would like to read something different. I am sticking to Kindle, though, so that I actually use it. I bought Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. She does 200-300 pages. They're fairly small, but she does like little like Regency romances, and a bitch loves Bridgerton. And I feel like nobody actually does like Regency romances unless they're like the weird grandma books that you see at like dollar stores that have like naked men on the covers. Is not my vibe, but I like Regency romance, and so she has been recommended to me for like smaller Regency romance things, and Half a Soul specifically has been recommended to me a lot, so I just bought Half a Soul. So I'm gonna start reading that while I make myself a girl dinner. It's probably gonna be a baked potato. My partner's not here tonight, which means I am not required to have like guy protein. And one thing about me, I love just eating a can of SpaghettiOs. I love a potato, I love a starch, I love some noodles. I'm just gonna make a potato, a baked potato, and read my Regency romance book. And that will be my night. I'm reading, and I was going to sit in my newly acquired reading chair. Addie has beat me to it. Well, look at the little rainbow on your little noggin. It's so cute. I got a new Papusian chair, and it's got like a mauve colored cover, but I have a blanket on it so it doesn't get covered in cat hair. But look at the little rainbow on your face, Bubba. You're so cute. I won't kick you out. You can use the chair. I think I've sat in it once since I got it. It's turned into the new cat chair. Hence the blanket. Back to the couch amongst my things. I need to like move things down because they're never like, I have such a nice background for recording videos, but it's all so high up in the air that you never see it. Unless I record from this angle, everything. Don't tempt me. Good morning, friends. It is the next day. I did finish Half a Soul. I finished it last night in bed. It was just under 300 pages, so I was able to read it in a couple hours, and it was pretty good. It is Regency fairy tale, so there still is like fantasy magic in it, but it is like Bridgerton of go to the balls, be the talk of the town, all of that. So I enjoyed it. I gave it like 3 stars. It was good. 3 stars for me is like a good book. It's nothing wow, it's nothing crazy, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm interested in reading other things that she writes. This was cute. I think she packed quite a bit of stuff in it for it being as short as it was. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a nice little read. As of right now, I have been non-stop thinking about The Conditions of Will. So I think we're going to go into this next. Hold for motorcycle. It's motorcycle season. I might go back and forth between reading this physically and then also listening to audiobook. I have to go start making dinner in a little bit, so I will probably start it on audiobook. But I'm genuinely really excited about this. I'm so much more excited about this than I am like finishing Magnolia Parks. But yeah, that'll be our next adventure. Hello friends, it is a couple days later, I think. I have read a fair amount of Conditions of Will. I think I'm really gonna like this. A lot more than I thought I was gonna like it, but I also didn't know what to expect. But today, I think I am going to take, for now, a little bit of a break from reading, work on some writing that I am doing. I guess I'm technically writing a book. I don't know if I ever intend to like actually try and publish it. But I had an idea, and I am a creative person and felt the need to write it. And I have a little notebook of stuff that I am thinking of for it. But I wrote a couple little chapters this morning, but have a bunch more that I want to do. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit. Listen to my little playlist that I made for it. I got my little Pinterest mood board up and running. I might get that up here too. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have a little bit of fun, relaxing, and writing for a bit. But if anything happens the rest of today, I will be sure to let you know. For funsies, at the time that this is being recorded, I have 5,868 words, so almost 6,000 words. And I'll see where I'm at when I'm done for the day, I guess. But yeah, I'll see you later, or whatever. Okay, yeah, bye. My other true love, pink lemonade, and Pringles. This is my boyfriend's gaming computer that I have taken over on occasion to write book. So, shout out to him. For funsies, this is my current, like, aesthetic board for my little book idea that I have. Very, like, Barbie, like, original animated Barbie coded. The original inspiration was, like, Swan Lake, and now it has turned into a mix of 3 random things. Barbie Swan Lake, Barbie Nutcracker, and then, like, the vibes of the Evil Queen from specifically Snow White and the Huntsman, the one that Kristen Stewart and what's-his-face that plays Thor was in. But that is the current vibe. Again, I don't expect myself to actually publish anything. Right now, I'm just kind of doing this for fun. But obviously, I'm never going to say never, and in a perfect world, it would be a real book, and I would love that. But it's not currently my intention. But yeah. This is the current vibe. Listening to my book playlist, if you're someone that likes kind of like Irish inspired or like the soundtrack from Brave, I highly suggest Sabrina Jordan. Her music is incredible. I love it. It's on my book playlist. Like, these are her vibes. Stunning. Listen to her if you like kind of folky sounding music slash the soundtrack from Brave. Right now, Mouth of Eden and Hazel Eyes are my favorite. She has others, but oh, she just released a single. I might have to listen to that. But that's the rest of it's kind of just like piano covers and stuff because I have a hard time like listening to words when I read and write. But yeah, Sabrina Jordan slaps. Listen to her. I'm literally scrapping an entire idea page that I wrote because I've already decided to go a complete different direction. I just sat here for I don't know how long trying to remember the word bridge. I couldn't think of the word bridge. I was like that thing that connects one side to the other. I could not think of the word bridge for the life of me. So that's how we're doing. I might work on it again later, but I think I'm gonna stop for now. I've been writing for an hour and a half. I ended up like scrapping a whole 2 chapters because I completely deleted an entire character from existence and therefore had to change an entire section of how other people meet. I wrote a lot, but word count wise it doesn't look like it. I have gotten to 6,240 words as of right now. I'm gonna take a break, eat some food, probably read a little bit, and I don't know, I might work on it again later, I might not, we'll see. We have words on a page, so that's something. Hi friends, it has been a week, maybe? I think so, close to, since I talked with you last. I am back reading Conditions of Will. I'm not too far into it. I am just reached 100 pages. I'm at chapter 13 on page 102. I had stopped reading that for a little bit because I started working on a couple more videos that required like certain books to be read. I think at least one of them is going to come out before this one, and if not, the second one will probably be like the video that comes out right after this if they're not already both up. Regardless if they aren't, you get a sneak peek. If they are, then you already know. But what I think is already out is my F1 romance video. This past weekend, so I'm recording this after I finished that, but this past weekend was a big like motorsports racing weekend, which is one of my like partner's favorite sports next to like baseball. So I did a whole like weekend challenge of how many like F1 romance books can I read during that time and all of that. So that video should be up. So I read about 3 books during that one weekend chunk, which was a lot of reading. That was the most books that I had read in like one consecutive time in a while. If it's not already coming very soon, probably like next week, I am doing a comparative video of Silver Elite versus Shield of Sparrows, which are both like at the time of recording this really popular for very different reasons, or very hot on TikTok. I don't even know if popular is the right word, but I am going to be making a comparative video between those 2 books of my opinions on them and whether or not I agree with the general public's opinions on which one is good and which one it isn't and whatnot. I have, at the time of recording this, finished reading both books. One of them I did not like. One of them I thought was okay. I won't specify more than that, so you can go watch that video if you haven't already, if it's out. If it's not, it will be next week. But I also sat down and sped through those 2, which are pretty big books. So those were my kind of this past week reading things. With those 2 videos being done, I am back to Conditions of Will, which I am like enjoying. I do really think I'm gonna like it. It's been kind of put to the side from that, so I'm excited to get back into that. Yeah, I'm thinking that it's working. Like from the start of this video till now, it's only been 2-3 weeks, but I think genuinely am making better habits for myself, and I am very happy with my book reading progress. I went from behind on my reading goal for the year to 2 books ahead, so proud of myself for that. And yeah, I don't know, I will see where we're at by the end of Conditions of Will. Probably by the time I finish Conditions of Will, it'll be time for my monthly reading wrap-up too. So that might even be out before this video is. So there might be a few videos out before I like am talking to you guys about where I've been for the past like 6 to 8 months. But by the time I finish Conditions of Will, I'll see how I feel. And that book might be kind of the closing for this video, but I don't know. Little boy enjoying the sun. It's been raining for the past like 2 weeks, so we're all very much enjoying the sun. We're gonna get back into Conditions of Will, and I will let you know how I feel about it. I will see you guys really soon, and I feel a lot better, and I'm very proud of myself and happy. If you are also in a reading slump, I feel for you. I've been in one for forever, and it feels really good to get out of it. So if you are in one, don't put pressure on yourself, even though that's what I did. I kind of forced myself to read, but literally just read for like 30 minutes a day. That's what I've been forcing myself to do at bare minimum, is read 30 minutes a day. If not, I have been writing for 30 minutes a day. I don't know, I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of you guys too for whatever you're reading, because trust me, I understand when life gets crazy sometimes and you don't have the energy to read. But I love you, and I will see you a little bit later. Hi friends, welcome back. It has been a couple days. It's very gloomy, so lighting in here is gonna be weird. Yesterday, I ended up finishing Conditions of Will. I really liked it. It was like a solid 4 stars. I like annotated the crap out of it. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those that I was like, I thought I was gonna like it, but I liked it. This kind of like gives me more drive to finish the Magnolia Parks series. I think I've only read like the first 2 books. I haven't gotten to like Daisy Hates or any of that. So it gives me a little more willpower to do that. I am getting everything around right now to do my reading wrap up. First one I've done all year. I don't even think I did like my Here's Everything I Read at the End of the Year last year. Back on our reading wrap up game. Reading wrap up game. I'm gonna get that filmed, and I will see you when I'm done. Also, say hi to the boys. Say hello. Buddy, you want to say hello? Hey. You want to say hello? That's a very nice hello, Bubba. I love them. Hi friends, it has been a few days. Reading wrap up is come and gone. I've done a book haul that I'll put up soon. I'm about to start reading Romantic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I got really behind on her stuff. I just finished Deep End like last month, so 2 Ali Hazelwoods in a year feels pretty good to me. I think that I'm gonna end this video here. I think if I keep recording it, it's just going to be a bunch more clips of hello friends, here's what I'm doing currently, which is a good thing. I feel like I am starting to like get my reading passion back and my like inspiration to start doing normal scheduled book talk things. So yeah, whatever the point of this video was, which I'm not really sure worked. I feel a lot better. This is the most passionate I felt about reading in a while. This is one of my best reading months I've had all year. Come home and actually want to read things. I just finished Night in the Moth, which was incredible. I don't know. I feel a lot better about myself, and I think that's what the point of this video was. So I think I'm gonna call it here because I'm proud of myself and I'm happy for forcing myself in a way to get back in my hobbies, but also in a way that just like reignited my passion for it. So if you are in a reading slump, trust me, I get it. I have been in one for almost an entire year. I hope that you get out of it. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me on this weird video that I don't even really know that I don't even really know how to put context on. I love you guys so much. If you want to follow me, I guess all my stuff is down below, but regardless, I will see you guys next week and somewhere else on the internet. I love you. Bye.